Hello everybody, hope you're having a good day today. Today we're going to be looking at my Transformers Studio Series More Than Meets the Eye collection, Autobot Hot Rod. Now first, let's take a look at this box here. Very neat looking box. I'll put the camera back a little bit. You can see very nice art there. Hot Rod in his robot mode, catching a fish in his car mode. On this side, same art. Autobot Hot Rod, Transformers. This side, same thing. 40th anniversary of the movie, not the whole thing, not the whole series. He's a Vorta class, which is the like a size and price point of them. On the top here, we have Autobot, and a weird thing here, and this is not with just this figure. Transformers Le Film. I don't know why that's there, just a little error, but that's fine. It's making me want to keep the box. And on the back here, you have your promotional shots, little showing off the accessories, screen cap of the movie there at the top, then a little bio, sorry, lights in the way, let's see. If you want to read that, a couple languages, you can. And now that that's out of the way, let's take a look at the figure himself, Hot Rod. Now, this is my first big, I have a Hot Rod that's a lot smaller, which I can show off in a later video, but this guy's my first. This guy's my first big Hot Rod, and I do enjoy this character, and I don't blame him for what happened to Optimus Prime in the movie. You know, if you know, you know. So yeah, look at some of the details here. Very nice shade of magenta and orange here, and the red and the yellow for the flames. The Autobot symbol there. Moving on down. More of that orange. Some gray there. Turn them around. He folds up really nicely. This wing thing is normal, and it doesn't have like a big backpack that's protruding out. Yeah, looks very nice and very screen accurate. Now for articulation, let's show off what he's got. His head is on a ball joint, so he can move from side to side, up, down, rotate his head all the way. His arms can move out that far, can do a full 360, but you'll have to be, it's blocked by the wings, but it can move like that if you need it to. The elbows here can bend up that far. Can also swivel there. The hands, they are on a mushroom peg here. See, so they can also rotate, and they can also open to help hold some of his accessories, which is more common on more recent toys that are bigger. Then I'll show you how that works later. The waist can rotate all the way. It's for transformation, and I'll show you that in a second. The legs, can't move the arm out of the way. The legs can move forward that far, can move back about that far, so not that far. Can do full splits. The thigh does not rotate or swivel. The knee can bend about that far, and the ankle can tilt that far, so you can get them in a more dynamic pose if you want. Now, accessory-wise, he comes with a lot, and that can be a good or a bad thing depending on how you display your figures and go over. Let me Okay, let me move my camera forward a little bit, show you what he's got. Like I said, got a lot of accessories. So we'll start off here. He's got these two guns right here. Oh, I dropped it, because of course. First gun here. It's cast in red, but painted in silver. Or not red, but like the magenta. I can bring that closer so it can focus in more. Nice little detail. And then the other one here. Different design. These are based on the guns that the original toy had. 2 different guns. Didn't really have these in the movie. And the next thing he's got his buzzsaw. And all of this stuff, aside from the 2 guns, the rest of these accessories are just things from the movie, so you can recreate that one scene that happened at one time. Which is not a horrible thing, but, you know, the hardest part is going to be finding out where to put everything. That's the next thing. Now, the next thing he has is his fishing rod from his introduction, where, as you saw in the box, he was fishing right before everything went down in the movie. It's just unpainted gray plastic, which is fine. It's just a fishing rod. Next, he has this training sword and shield that he used for one scene, and just one. That's never reappeared again, not to my knowledge. Just so you can, again, recreate that one scene that happened that one time, if you want to. And then the last thing he has here is he has a matrix of leadership. Now, unfortunately, it's not painted. There's been a lot of matrices that have come out that are about that these figures can hold, that are this size, this mold, and it's painted. But for some reason, this one isn't. I don't know why. It doesn't look that great, but now I guess it's easier to know which matrix goes with who. But yeah, just blue transparent plastic, and he can of course hold everything. Let's start with the fishing rod here. Just open his hand up. Can put that in there so he can. Come on. Work. There we go. So yeah, he can just fish and catch a whopper. And then with this buzz saw here, this can go on either hand. But what you have to do is you have to move this down and rotate the hands. Oh, well, this is a surprise. I didn't know he had this. He also has a blowtorch that he used in one scene in the movie, secretly in his other hand here. Well, that's neat. Didn't know about that. But anyway, let's go back to it's on this hand, so I guess it's supposed to be only this hand. This does that. On a peg here, you just close that up. Put that on there, so now he can cut many pizzas and Decepticons just blah, blah. Alright. I'll put his hand back out. And with the guns here, they're simple. You just, put them in his hands, and obviously you can. Come on, there we go. He can pew pew and bang bang all he wants. And these are compatible with the FX parts that I've shown in other videos, the one with the Soundwave and Windblade. I don't have those on me, but they can go on the guns here. And the last thing, in his matrix, unfortunately, there is not a good place to. It doesn't go in his chest, which is where should normally go. But what you can do, you can bring his hands together like so, and you can make him hold it. It's you kind of have to, it's kind of flimsy, so you have to kind of work with it here. Come on. Here we go. Yeah, you can hold the matrix and light our darkest hour. So that is. Oh, and one more thing I forgot. Also, to recreate the one thing that happened at one scene in the movie, you can pop his head up, pop his head off, the top of his head off, and you can rotate that down and give him his visor that he uses to scan for Decepticons in the movie. It's very cool. And yeah, that is about it for Hot Rod in his robot mode. Yes, he's just very cool, very neat. I'm very glad to finally have a good, proper Hot Rod in my collection. And one thing I forgot to mention, because I'm still new to this, the sword and the shield he can also obviously hold. You put that in his hand, like that. Open that up, and just put that in his hand, close that up, and now he can train or play Pokemon Sword and Shield. Very nice. Oh, right, and one more thing I forgot to mention is you can store all of his accessories on his body. If you don't want him holding anything, you can store them in his robot mode. So you just want to turn him around here. And first thing you want to do is you want to take the two guns. And on these tabs here, it doesn't matter which one goes where, you just put them in like that. Like so. Come on. Oh, great. Flying away from me. There we go. That goes in like that. And then next you want to take the buzz saw, and on either side there's the two tabs. Those are going to go on these tabs that are poking out here. Put it in like so. And then you want to set him, put him right here for just a second. If he can stand, doesn't like to stand, take these two bits right here, the sword and the shield. You bring this peg down, and then you there's a slot right there, tab, put that right there, and then you just go ahead and put these two tabs right here. And it's not pretty, but you can store most of his accessories on his back like that if you want to. But I don't do that. So, but if you get this figure, you can do that if you want. All right, now that we have the robot mode out of the way, let's go ahead and transform him. So first thing you want to do is you want to take his wings back here, unclip them, rotate, and bring them down flat like this, kind of where it's flush up against here. Then you want to rotate the arms up like so, and then unclip the back here, and you can flip that out, and then you should move the arm. You should have kept the arms up. Never mind. Ignore that part. Keep the arms up like this. rotate this, and then you take the head, spin them around, put that head in, and now you fold that back down, move this up so it gets some clearance, and now you want to bring the tail back up again, just so it's easier to move all this. Spin his legs around, like so. And then on the legs here, you undo these on both sides here. You undo his legs, fold his feet in, like so, and then fold his legs in again, like this, and then with the legs here, or the panels, you fold them out, and you fold them over, like so. Do the same thing here again. And there's that. And then you bring this back down. And to connect them, you put there's a slot here on both things. You just kind of want to finagle them up here so they click in, like that. And now with the top here, you want to move the arms this way. And then you make sure they're straight, and then you flip these pieces out. And then close that up. And there's a little tab on both sides here, so where you can slot the hands in, like so. And now the last step, you turn them around, undo these panels here, spin his smokestacks around both sides, make sure that they tab in, and then close that, put that panel down, make sure everything is nice and flush, and screw them together. And oh, come on, get in there. There you go. There we go. We are done. That is Hot Rod in his, well, Hot Rod mode. Very nice. I'll move the camera here. Very nice little car mode here. Very 80s, very retro 80s, or not retro 80s, like retro futuristic 80s, because in the movie he is like, it's the future, it's the year 2005. So a neat little futuristic Earth mode here. And the accessories can also all store on the car mode. Let me grab them all here real quick. Set the camera down. So you take your shield first, you fold it like so, and then you take the sword and tab that in. You put these right here. And then the two guns here, you want to put, it doesn't matter which one goes which, from what I've seen. You just put these two, tap them in right up front there, and you can take, per the instructions, you put the matrix right here, you put the fishing rod right here. Come on. Come on. There you go. Put that right there. And then you take the buzz saw and then you put them on top of the gun tabs right here. Right here. Come on. It's fighting me. Stop fighting. Give it up. There we go. Got it. So yeah, not elegant or pretty, but per the instructions, if you want to store everything on his car mode, you can do so, like this. And that about wraps up my review on Hot Rod. I want to thank you guys for watching. I tried to do something a little different with the edits this time, trying to splice together clips instead of just recording it raw all the way. I feel like that would make it look a little bit better, make it seem a little bit better, but it might not, who knows. But if you like the video, press the like button, leave a comment, subscribe to see more, and yeah, I think that's about does it. You all have a good rest of your day, or night, or whenever you're watching this. I don't know. Have a good one.